Hey, welcome back to our channel. This is Jared at 3C's Recreation. Today, Braxton and I are going to put bar risers on our new Beta 390. This is our shop build. This is a 2022 model. And we're going to go with a 10 millimeter bar riser. They make these in a lot of different options. If you go to the Beta website, you'll see a ton of options from them. They make a 5, a 10, and a 20 in this brand, but there are a lot of different options on the Beta website. So if you're curious about bar risers, hop on to Beta USA, check out all their options. But it's a super simple install, but I thought we would go over it with you guys because even if you don't want bar risers, there's a lot of different options of where you can place your handlebars, even in the stock triple clamp. So if you're looking to move the bars forward, we'll show you that real quick. Or if you want to move them back, you can. There's like 6 or 9 different options here that you guys can change your bars. So if you're not in love with where it is stock, you guys can change that. But I'm a little bit taller, I'm 6'4". I want to have these under there to kind of raise it up. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is remove our bar pad. This would have been something the dealer installed when it was stock. So you just got to get your cutters in here, cut the zip tie. Once you pull this off, we now have our 4 handlebar clamp bolts that are holding the bars onto the upper clamp here. So we're going to remove these 4 bolts next. Before you remove your handlebars completely out of the mount, it's a good idea to take a marker and mark where they are if you like where they are. So I'm going to take a marker, put a black line here and a black line here. That way whenever I put this back together, I know exactly the angle that I have these bars at. So I thought it was a really good feel for me. So I want to keep that level right where it's at. With the 4 screws removed, we'll take the upper clamp off. And now we've got to rest the bars up and out of the way. What I also want to do at this point is mark the lower clamp in a forward position. So I'm going to put some black marker here because this is an offset clamp, and we'll show you that here in a second. So what we got to do now is break these loose. Sometimes I'll put my foot up on the wheel and I'll hold the bike still and I'll break these loose. And we'll get them off here. So we'll just take this off. This is where you'll notice that this is offset. So this center line in our lower clamp. So if you, right now we use the center holes, which is what I'm gonna keep using, I enjoy that. But you could take this and put it in the forward position. You could take it and put it in the back position. But then you can also spin this clamp around. So if we take this and spin it, it's now gonna push the bars forward in the center clamp. So there's so many options. You can do forward, middle, back, spin it around, and do it all over again. But I'm gonna reuse all the stock positioning. I just wanna raise them. So what we're gonna do is take this, and the kit comes with new longer bolts. You can see here, that way we got the 10 millimeter riser. It'll still go into the bar the same amount of distance. So we're gonna take our 2 risers and we're gonna set them in here. But first we need to put Loctite on these bolts. We wanna make sure that they have Loctite on them. So these risers are stepped on the bottom. You'll see there's a lip there. That's gonna go down and on the inside. So we're gonna hold that still. Kind of temporary set that on there and just kind of start this in that way. We can get that started. And there's some Loctite in those holes before. So again, on this side it's stepped, that's going to go on the inside. And get that right in there like that. They want these bolts torqued to 40 Newton meters. And I would check your model specifically. I found these values right in the 2022 Beta manual. So whatever model year you have, please check that out. And we'll just hold on to it. We're good there. And do the other side. So we're good. Bottom is torqued just fine. The next step is going to be to put our top clamp back on so we can get rid of this rag up here. And this is where it came in handy that we marked our clamp. You can see my marker there. And it's lining up with a marker on that side. That way I know I didn't change the bar at all. It's important when you're tightening these clamps down that there's equal space on both sides. If we took the top 2 bolts and ran them in, it would tilt the whole upper clamp too far forward. So you just want to make sure that it's pretty evenly spacing front and back. So now that I've got them somewhat tight, I'm going to torque these in a crisscross pattern. And these are getting torqued to 25 Newton meters. Last step is reinstalling your Beta bar pad. So we'll throw the zip tie through, we'll spin it around, and throw it back down around. And we'll cut the extra off on the bottom. Thanks for following along. That was a really quick how-to video on putting bar risers on your Beta motorcycle. These risers fit 2005 and newer bikes. So if you have a Beta and you're looking for bar risers, give us a call. Check out that Beta website and let us know what you'd like to order. We'd be glad to be your dealer. Have a great day and enjoy the ride.